Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the session. So, yeah, I mean, I said when I was doing that session with you guys on verbal, तो मैंने बोला था कि there might be a few questions that might be here or there. Logic मैंने discuss किया है, and some questions seem close to me. तो जो questions बहुत close थे एक दूसरे से, उसमें yeah, matlab, as I said, verbal mein the strategy to crack verbal always is that you let's say you're solving a 24 question test like CAT or a 26 question test like XAT, you should be able to get to 18-20 sure answers. और वो sure answers में 5% errors होने का chances रहता है because you have thought one way and the question set has thought the other way. So there's always that chance. So you have to account for that in this thing. So the answers I've solved are all, the logic is all there. Of course, once the paper comes out and they give the official answers, I will recheck mine and maybe do a video of the differences and why they have gone for that answer. And I mean, you'll have to accept what they finally say because they are the boss, right? So मेरे बुक में अगर मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ कि ये आंसर है तो आई एम द बॉस देयर, so for whatever reason, so that's how it works. So anyway, so thanks, good. So मेरा thought process वही रहता है कि कुछ तो अच्छा सीख के जाओ, मतलब thinking wise you, and then verbal, as I said, your strategy for verbal dominance has to be कि you should be able to get to 80% questions in which you are 90 in which you are sure of the answer. Okay, my logic is absolutely correct and this is the answer. So if out of 24 questions you get around 18, 19, 20 questions like that where you're sure of the answer, and 4 questions like 4 or 5 questions where you're between two options and you say okay, with my skill I'll take, I'm 70% sure of this answer. So agar you can get to that point in 24 attempts, if you can do 20 where you're sure and 4 where you are 70% sure. So on a bad day, you'll get 16, 17 correct out of 20. And out of the 4, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 correct. So तभी भी 19 correct हो जाएगा तुम्हारा. So CAT context will still score 55 plus, which will be close to 100 percentile. That's how 100 percentile is operate, right? So तुम लोग भी जब अपना analysis कर रहे हो ना, I have in my discussion I have talked about कि अच्छा यहाँ तो clear answer एकदम clear है, sure I am sure of this answer. Of course, अगर that ultimately कुछ और देता है तो I'll have to do a double take and try to see कि मैंने क्या मिस कर दिया. But तुम लोग भी जब एनालिसिस कर रहे हो तो तुम लोग भी एकदम उस तरह से एनालिसिस करो. डोंट से कि अच्छा इतना राइट हुआ, इतना अरुण शर्मा के हिसाब से मेरा इतना स्कोर आ रहा है और प्रैको के हिसाब से इतना स्कोर आ रहा है. वैसे मेरा आंसर की क्या प्रैको से काफी डिफर कर रहा है. I have not seen the answer key, but a couple of people have told me that the score is very different when they're checking on Traco and when they're checking mine. So let's see. Hopefully, my experience should win the day. But anyway, I'm not taking questions. I mean, today we again have to do a lot. So I'm not really. I mean, I don't know why this yellow is creating a problem. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm going straight into the decision making. और यहाँ पे more. My MBA was in marketing and corporate strategy. I also did finance, so I had triple specialization actually. So I'm opening my questions here. Decision making. I hope you can see this now. Yeah, मतलब मैंने बोला है, मतलब I've even said कि this is a close answer जहाँ पे मेरे को एकदम नहीं लगता है कि this is right. So that's it. So anyway, let's start looking at these questions. In recent years, complaints of sexual harassment at Fair Consulting have increased exponentially. Fair Consulting had a general neutral. अभी I'm not taking your question. तुम्हारा EWS है 82, 87, 58. What can I expect? Depends. तुम अपना CAT percentile अच्छा रखोगे तो decent आ सकता है. ठीक है? Yeah, you can do an MBA in two specializations is possible. Okay, let's come back to the question. Let's focus on this. और मैंने सब question solve नहीं किए. So maybe if I miss a couple of questions, I will which I have not solved, so I'll give the answers maybe by tomorrow. Vogel में जो एक passage solve नहीं किया था मैंने, उसका answers मैंने डाल दिया. Put the answers. You can check that. You can check that on the comments of that video, on the Vogel video. So in recent years, complaints of sexual harassment, fair consulting had increased exponentially. Fair consulting had a general neutral anti-sexual harassment policy and a committee to adjudicate complaints. During the hearing of complaints, allegations and counter-allegations would fly thick and fast. This made it difficult for the adjudicating committee to conclusively decide on the complaint. So there's a problem that's happening, that there is a committee to adjudicate on the complaints, and while you hear the complaints, while you're hearing the committee, you find allegations and counter allegations flying thick and fast there. So that is a problem. So when it becomes a very emotionally charged situation, it makes it difficult for the committee to conclusively decide on the complaints. ठीक है ना? बता दिया मैंने answers. Last RC का answer मैंने वहाँ पे comment में डाल दिया. Please go and check. So let's come back to this. Fair consulting is mulling over 3 interventions to reduce sexual harassment cases in the workplace. They are educate employees about the company's anti-sexual harassment policy, profile employees with the propensity to engage in acts of sexual harassment, discipline sexual offenders. Which of the following options will the employees find least or ostracizing? So the focus here is not which is the best solution for the case. The focus is not what is the best outcome for the case. So in decision making, you don't solve it like an RC question. So your approach in a decision making question has to be that you have to understand what is the problem, and then you have to understand what is your perspective while looking for the right answer. So यहाँ पे you are talking about the option which the employees will find least ostracizing. So ostracizing means आप employees को अलग कर दे रहे हो kinds, right? So when you're educating employees about the company's sexual harassment policy, anti-sexual harassment policy, you're not ostracizing everybody because you're being inclusive, and you're not treating anyone like a criminal. You're just saying that ये मेरे policies हैं, इसको educate कर रहे हैं. So one has to be part of the answer. It's very clear that one has to be part of the answer. It can't be, an answer can't be without one, because one may definitely employees will find it less, will not find it ostracizing, right? So once you identify one, you are either between 1 and 2 or only 1, because if you look at the options B and C, right? Now, when you do this second, so you just have to take a call on 2, whether 2 will be something that employees will find ostracizing, right? I hope you understand the meaning of the word ostracizing. I mean, I don't remember the exact meaning, but basically more or less means to ostracize someone means to put him out of the group or something like that, right? So exact meaning somebody can Google and put it on the chat, so we all know that. So rough meaning to way, dictionary meaning nahi pata, I know the word, but of course you know a lot of words but you don't know the dictionary meaning. So if I look at 2, when you profile employees with a propensity to engage in acts of sexual harassment, it might be a good thing to do in a case where there is sexual harassment. It might be a good thing to do, but if you start profiling employees, right, with a propensity to engage in acts of sexual harassment, you have not proved sexual harassment against them. So you are profiling them. So if you start profiling any one category of people, you're ostracizing them. So 2 will not be a part of this answer, according to me. So that concludes that 1B only is the answer, right? Yeah. So it's like let's say when the 9/11 bombings happened in US in 2001. So uske baad they started profiling Asian visitors. So that was ostracizing, right? That was ostracizing, right? So you're ostracizing ostracizing means to exclude from a society or a group. So that in that context, it's answer one only, right? That two is definitely not part of the answer, and I'm quite sure of this answer at least. Let's go to the second one. Of course, doing these sessions with the official answer key on the side is very easy. But I love in all my teaching, I have loved the extra edge that you had when you were solving a question without knowing the answer. And of course, I believe that I'm an expert at that, and that's one of the reasons why I've cracked the CAT 21 times, because of the fact that I can actually find the right answer better than most people in a lot of cases. Doesn't mean that I don't go wrong. I do go wrong in CAT when I solve 66 questions of paper. I will typically attempt 60 maybe. So if I solve 60, I'll get 50 to 53 correct, maybe 50 correct, and 8 to 10 wrong. So most of the mistakes are would happen in verbal, maybe 6-7 mistakes and a couple of silly mistakes here or there in counts. So होता है. तो उसका आंसर यही रहेगा. First B रहेगा first one का. Second one देखते हैं. CEO fair concerning wanted the adjudicating committee to reduce the number of errors while deciding on sexual harassment complaints. So objective is, so every case is an objective. So यहाँ पे objective define हो रहा है. You want to reduce the number of errors while deciding. The employee suggested that the committee could do the following to reduce error in judgment. Now, in these kind of questions where you have to choose 3 of them, before you start reading this, you should first start, what is the objective there now? What are they saying? From the following, choose the most effective sequence that would help the committee to arrive at the right decision. So we're looking for arriving at the right decision. So helping the committee arrive at the right decision. Right? So when I look at, listen to the arguments of both the complainant and accused together versus listen to the arguments of both the complainant and accused separately. So 1 and 2, both of them can't be part of the answer. At least. Because they're opposite to each other. So that's the biggest giveaway. In this case, कितने बार सुनोगे सबकी बात? या तो साथ में सुनो या separately सुनो. So I'm zoning on A as the answer to this. I'm zoning on A as the answer to this, and 2 looks better than 1 because of the fact that one of the problems stated in the question is about, the fact that when if you look back at the question, it's saying that during hearing of complaints, allegation and counter allegation would fly thick and fast. This is what is creating the problem. So if this is creating the problem, if you listen to both of them together, the counter allegations and allegations will keep flying together. So one can't be part of the answer because this is part of the problem. So 2 will be a good starting point. Involve a member of Women's Career Commission, very good. It will help you get better judgments. Take the help of a retired judge, again better because you're taking an experienced person on the board to take this thing. So 2, 3, 4 becomes a very strong answer in this case, right? So 2, 3, 4 is the correct answer. Again, I'm quite sure of this one. The next question, the third one. Of late, the adjudicating committee received a complaint from a junior female consultant. Her immediate boss cracked a bawdy joke about her in the office tuck shop. Right? When the committee probed the alleged misconduct, they identified an independent witness. She agreed to give her testimony to the committee. General neutral से क्या होगा? General neutral के कारण 3 तो नहीं हटेगा ना? Because general neutral भी है तो the woman gender requires more protection. So that is not going to change the answer. And anyway, 1 and 5 are very vague. 1 is completely against. So it will remain 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We'll come back to this. So she agreed to give her testimony to the committee. However, she was unsure if she would like to be identified either by the complainant or the accused. The convener of the committee was confused about the stance to be taken on the witness's concern. which of the following will be the best stance to be taken by the convener? So you put yourself in the convener's shoe now. You are the convener, and you will take a stance about this witness and whether she should be identified by the complainant or the accused. Right? So first one, the convener should not allow witnesses' identity to be revealed because complainant can sabotage the inquiry process. This is okay. Okay. This is logical that, I mean, complainant, if there are two parties here, the complainant and the person who's being complained against. So there are two parties, respondent and the accused, right? So the complainant can sabotage the inquiry process. They are saying that because of the fact that they are talking about the fact that the complainant, this junior female employee, if she gets to know if she gets to know the identity of the witness, she may sabotage the inquiry process, right? So B, agar dekhoge, the convener should not let witness identity be revealed as it might expose her to the threat either from the respondent or the accused. Now this is a better option than this one, because identity revealing is going to have both sides problem. I mean, not just the complainant, but also the accused. So if you are going to reveal the identity, the witness is going to be hounded or requested from both, or threatened by both the respondent as well as the accused. So you don't want this to happen. You want to get, your objective as the convener is to get an independent witness to testify without any fear, right? So you don't want her to bring her relationship into the picture, or the respondent or the accused. So B looks very strong, more stronger than A, right? If you look at C, the convener should ensure that witness. So right now we are in B over A. So if you look at C, the convener should ensure that witness identify herself as it will ensure that she will not present frivolous proof related to the inquiry. Now, proof अगर frivolous है कि नहीं, वो तो तुम as convener you are mature enough to see and to understand. But if you ensure that the witness identify, do the opposite, that you have to identify yourself, then the witness might even not give the testimony. So that's a problem. So C can't be the answer. The convener should not allow witness identity to be revealed, as either the accused or the complainant can use the witness's arguments to their advantage. Right now, B and D are similar, that you should not allow witness identity to be revealed. But again, B is a stronger reason why you should not allow the witness identity, right? D, first of all, witness is not giving an argument. Why D is not the answer is because, first of all, the witness is not going to give an argument. The witness is going to give her version of the truth. This is what happened. She's not giving an argument. You never call a witness for an argument, right? So this is one of the reasons. Yeah, you have in a courtroom, witness might identify themselves. There are cases where witnesses are taken under oath in closed rooms. Just say when somebody testifies against the drug lords, so their identity is not revealed. So that's not right. So again, so D will not work here because of the same reason, because of this last reason. The first part of D and the first part of B is same, but the last reason of D is slightly weaker than of B. So D will not be the answer. And then if you look at E, the convener should ensure that the witness identifies herself, because both the accused and the complainant must identify themselves. ये reason नहीं है witness का identification के लिए anyway. So E can't be the correct answer. Complainant or accused identified है, इसलिए complainant or accused तो by default identified है. Witness को identify करना है कि नहीं is the issue. So because complainant and accused identified, witness भी identify करना, there's no reason. It's like saying that the drug lord is identified as the accused and there's a complainant. तो आप witness थे तो आप को भी बताना ही पड़ेगा कि आप कौन है. So in this question, I will go with B as a pretty clear answer. If the question said has thought differently, he might go to a different answer, but I would be very surprised, right? So we'll continue the next one. No, see, witness authenticity. In this case, please understand what's up. Witness should authenticate facts. That's you're not when you're telling the witness that you will not reveal your name. So name किसको reveal नहीं कर रहा? To the complainant and the accused. It's not that the witness is not seen by the committee. Please understand the question. She agreed to give her testimony to the committee. So when she's giving her testimony to the committee, that means the committee knows who she is. However, she was unsure if she would like to be identified by the complainant or the accused. This is the problem. Not getting her. It's not about not getting identified by the committee, right? So please read the case. I mean, it's very important for you to get the case facts right in decision making. Okay, so let's look at the next one, 4 to 6. Aarti, CEO of FMCG company, was under pressure from the board of governors to increase diversity in the workforce. The board wanted the company to hire candidates with vision impairment, as it believed that they contributed to organization in many unique ways. The CEO was apprehensive of hiring visually impaired candidates. She was not sure about the feasibility of accommodating them in the current setting. Moreover, Aarti was unsure as to how the visually impaired could contribute meaningfully to the organization. So, two things. The board wants them to. The board of governors wants the company to have candidates with visual impairment, right? But the CEOs are apprehensive because of what? Because she was not sure about the feasibility of accommodating them in the current setting. Moreover, Aarti was unsure as to how the visually impaired could contribute meaningfully to the organization. She was unsure of how the visually impaired could contribute meaningfully to the organization. Right? So, how they will work in the current setting and how they will contribute. So, she's got two different apprehensions there. And then the star mark, a person with a visual impairment with a range 60 to 100% is referred to as a visually impaired person. A person with 100% vision impairment cannot see at all. Right? Okay. Sayak, your comment is completely irrelevant here. Witness can falsely support the complainant and accused. That's the committee's job to understand whether it's false or not. The identity of the witness is not going to matter in that case. Whether whether the identity is revealed to the complainant and the accused is not going to matter. So the committee will do its job. So anyway, let's go back to this. The following arguments were present to Aarti about the candidates with vision impairment. Again, since this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of answer, we first look at what are we looking for. From the above arguments, which of the following options indicate that CEO's apprehensions are misplaced? CEO का apprehension क्या है? कि इनका कोई रोल नहीं है और इनको ये काम कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है? तो we are looking for things which you can tell the CEO. तुम अगर CEO के सामने चले जाओ तो you should be able to tell the CEO कि देखो ये reason से तुम्हारा जो thought है वो गलत है. This is the reason for your thought being wrong. So first one is visually impaired can do some activities better than the normal people. I mean, if you look through the options, 1 is part of everything. 2 is part of everything. So you don't need to read these 2. Actually, you don't need to read these 2. So your decision is about whether 3 is part of it 4 is again a part of everything, all the answers. So 3 को पढ़ना चाहिए, 3 लेना है कि नहीं लेना है. So think about it this way: you go to the CEO, right, and you make the statement. Visually impaired can act as a role model for other disadvantaged people in the society. So does this reduce the CEO's apprehension is a key question. Will this reduce the CEO's apprehension? Now answer that question to me. Will this reduce the CEO's apprehension? They can act as a role model for disadvantaged people in the society. Will it reduce the CEO's apprehension कि वो लोग काम कैसा करता है? So it's a clear question you are going to ask. If you give this argument to the CEO, will she say अच्छा इसलिए मेरे को ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए? Will she say that, or will she still ask the question? I am not sure how they will fit into the current setting. देखो दो you have to understand the apprehensions that you are trying to solve. The apprehensions are how will you accommodate them in the current setting, and the second apprehension is how they could contribute meaningfully to the organization. So contributing to the organization, Shah Rukh Khan is a role model for a lot of people in the society. But does he contribute to my organization? Will he contribute? How will he contribute to an XYZ organization? Right? So I would not go with 3 in this for the same reason. If you make this argument to the CEO, तुम अगर CEO खुद को यहाँ पर रोल प्ले भी करना पड़ता है दिमाग में कि तुम अगर CEO और कोई तुमको ये बोलता है तो will you agree? तुम्हारे पास ये apprehension है. Goodwill of company कहाँ से आएगा इसमें? Suppose तुम एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चला रहे हो. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का तो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ नहीं क्या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है? FMCG कंपनी है, चलो ठीक है. बट सपोज एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चला रहा है, इट्स अ सिक्योरिटी कंपनी and you have security guards. Will you keep visually impaired people because they will be a role model for other disadvantaged people in the society, and your company goodwill will go up if you are hiring visually impaired people? Will you do that? Right? You're not done. So that's why 3 will not be part of the answer, in my view. Of course, I'm open to being corrected by that. ठीक है? So this is not the reason that will get her this thing. The oblique logic, very oblique logic is that if you argue that इसके कारण society में goodwill बढ़ जाएगा कंपनी का कि वो आदमी मेरे कंपनी में काम करता है, वो आदमी विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड है और वो रोल मॉडल बन गया दुनिया के लिए, तो आपकी कंपनी अच्छी होगी, वो बहुत ऑब्लिक है लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से. So I would not go with this. And the other decision I have to make is so once I decide that 3 is not part of my answer, I am only between C and E. So my next decision is between 5 and 6. Hiring visually impaired people may enhance organizational, which may consequently lead to better sales. So obviously in between 5 and 6, 5 is more better for her, right? And 6 will be the completely off the cuff. 6 is the ridiculous thing. इससे तो apprehension बढ़ जाएगा कि काम भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं लोग और 20% extra salary दे रहे हैं. So 5 is definitely part of it. So we will go. So you're basically between B and E, based on what choice you made about 3. My choice would be 3 will not be part of. I cannot tell my CEO that वो लोग role model बन जाते हैं society में. इसलिए आप उनको help करो. ठीक है ना? So E आंसर होगा. नहीं, यहाँ पे जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रेपुटेशन बढ़ रहा है उसका एक और फैक्टर हो रहा है कि which is directly stated here, it may consequently lead to better sales. तो better sales अगर हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे होगा कि नहीं बताया गया इसमें. 3 or 5. If 5, then 3 is not what. 3 is different from 5. 5 specifically states that it will give you better sales. FMCG company है, sales driven company होगी. FMCG companies are all sales driven. So that's why I would go with E here. Let's keep going. Let's do it a little bit faster. Aarti wanted to follow the suggestion given by BOG. However, she was not sure if the company is ready to accommodate candidates with 100% visual impairment. Also, the concern of involving such employees in meaningful activities was constantly bothering her. And she considered a committee to come up with recommendations that will help the company in hiring 100% visually impaired employees. So she's made a committee. After 2 months of deliberations, the committee came up with the following recommendations. So before the recommendations, again, this is a multiple options. So you first read what you're looking for. Which of the following options will best allay concerns as well as be fair to all stakeholders? So 2 things. It should allay concerns, the concerns she has, and it should be fair to all stakeholders. Right? So if I look at 1, hire visually impaired employees unconditionally as it is any company's social responsibility. Now, this is not going to allay my concern. So 1 will not be part of it. If I go with 2nd, hire visually impaired employees in the activities they can contribute. This is fine. So if 1 is not part of it, I'm basically within CNE. So we look at 1 more closely again once more. Hire visually impaired employees unconditionally as it is any company's social responsibility. So will this allay concern? And will this be fair to all stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? Aarti is a stakeholder, the board of governors is a stakeholder here. The department in which you hire them is a stakeholder. All those people are stakeholders. The colleagues and employees of this thing, and also the visually impaired people. Everybody is a stakeholder. So if you hire them unconditionally, will it be fair to everybody? And will it allay concerns? Concern kya hai? Involving such employees in meaningful activities was bothering her. So 1, I don't think will be part of it. 2, hire visually impaired employees in the activities. So we're looking at 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4. So in the activities they can contribute. So this looks good. ठीक है ना? 2 looks good. ठीक है? 2 looks good. If I look at 3, ensure visually impaired friendly office space, food courts, restaurants, parking. Now this is good for the company. So she should do that anyway. And allow guide dogs to assist employees. This is also fair to the people who are visually impaired when they come to work. उनको जो visual impairment के कारण जो दिक्कत है वो आप solve कर दो उनका. 3 or 4 से उसको solve हो रहा है. So that also 3 and 4 both should be done because it's fair to all. And it is not unfair to any of the other stakeholders. And 2 is also sounds strong. So 2, 3, 4 becomes the answer. So I would take E here again. No, guide dogs are pretty trained. They're not nuisance. Okay, let's come to the next one. 6th question. Suresh refuses to be served. नहीं, guide dogs का वो वाला angle मत देखो कि they will this thing. Guide dogs are very trained dogs. If there's a dog which is guiding, which is at that level where it can guide vision impaired people, it must be a very well trained dog. Okay, so that's not this thing, and it is also helping the vision impaired people get over their vision impairment in terms of the movement. बाकी तो आजकल कंप्यूटर ऐसे आ गए हैं जिसमें vision impaired people can work, right? So let's go back. Yeah, we are offering coaching at Mindworks. Please look at those if you are interested in taking up coaching. do consider Mindworks. I don't tell anybody to join Mindworks, but you consider Mindworks as one of the options you have. Right? If you find it worth it, it's my job to make it worth it for all the students, and you can consider it. You can find out what our courses are and then take a decision. So anyway, come back. Let's go to 6.1. Suresh refuses to be served coffee by visually impaired baristas, but he does believe in donating to the visually impaired. The following statements would explain why Suresh does not want to be served by visually impaired baristas. He thinks that visually impaired are inefficient at serving coffee. This might be a reason. For the following, choose the best options that best explains Suresh's bias behavior. So one is a reason for his bias. And 2 could also be a reason for the way he thinks. Strong reason. Right? So 1, 2 are both there. So A, B or E. So we have to take a decision about 3, 4. We need to take a decision about 3, 4. He believes that his refusal to be served will have adverse consequences. Now please understand the question again. Sometimes you have to keep reading the questions when you analyze the statement. Choose the option that best explains Suresh's bias behavior. What is his bias behavior? He refuses to be served by them, but he does believe in donating to the visually impaired. Right? So 1 and 2 explain it very well. 3 is actually opposite. If he believes that his refusal to be served will have adverse consequences, then he will not refuse to be served. No? So 3 is actually adverse. It's opposite. So we are now between 1, 2 and 1, 2, 4. Option A or E. So if you look at E, 4 has to be a reason for his. You have to answer this question from the perspective Suresh has a biased behavior about being served by visually impaired because. Now you have to see whether 4 fits that because he feels joyous amongst visually impaired, sharing his life and caring for them. ठीक है? This won't work. The quant book, na? He feels joyous amongst visually impaired. Hence, he does not want to be served coffee by them. And he likes to believe in donating for them. 4 does not fit in. It's a very oblique clue. So A, B आएगा 1, 2 आएगा इसमें मेरे हिसाब से. Please keep give me the latitude to be wrong on 2, 3 questions. Right, but I think A in this question will be A. ठीक है, let's look at the 7th one. SSC CGL के लिए quant book कर लो मेरी. You can use my quant book, है ना? So let's move on. Let's go to वो question मैंने explain कर दिया सामने तुम्हारा जो question है. So I'm not going to go back to that. BBS, a premier business school, was renowned for quality of education it provided. Its faculty, known for the domain area expertise and excellence in teaching, competed with each other for a better student feedback. Faculty, so fun part of the case that you should catch here is faculty who are domain area expertise and they have excellence in teaching and they compete with each other for a better student feedback. Okay? Of late, the institute was finding it difficult to upgrade its course content. Yeah, I'm trying to go faster if you guys can allow me to do that. The institute was finding it difficult to upgrade its course content in the rapidly changing global business scenario. So, problem is course content is not getting upgraded. They're finding difficulties. Difficulty multiplied, and the school realized that some of senior faculty would retire on a regular basis starting in the near future. To overcome these difficulties, BBS decided to recruit young faculty in all departments. economics, finance, marketing, HR. When the Dean Academics scanned applications, she found 3 types of aspirants. Okay? One, A type, very good teachers, competing at teaching the courses taught by existing faculties. So A type has very good teachers added. B type, average teachers, competing, creating and teaching new courses that would complement existing courses taught by current faculty. Right? So these people are very good teachers, but they teach the existing courses only. B is average teachers, competent, creating and teaching new courses to complement existing courses. C type, not so good teachers, willing to teach any course BB is required. So note one, that course system complementary when it covers latest content and complements existing courses offered by a department. Each department decides the suite of courses to be ordered. Okay. So given the above content, which of the following options will be the best recruitment decision for BBS? Hire C-type candidates as they can teach any course. This is removed, right? If you want to join the online courses, Mindworks पे तुम लोग contact कर सकते हो. I'll put down the number here. You can call this number and somebody will respond to you. And there's another number you can call. इसका बहुत क्लियर सी आंसर लगा मेरे को इस क्वेश्चन का. ये कौन सा खोल गया? I'm opening the verbal again and again. Yeah. Okay. So इसमें higher C type candidate तो हट जाएगा. Higher A type candidate unconditionally is also wrong. I think option C is very clear. इसमें तो कोई वो नहीं. They'll have to develop complementary courses. I don't think D answer आएगा. Hire B type candidates so that they can so that all types of courses can be offered. Because see, you're having two problems here. One is that the existing faculty is retiring. Also, some of the senior faculty are retiring. So if you're hiring, you have to replace them also, and you have to get good teachers. You're known for excellence in teaching. So if you're known for excellence in teaching, you don't want to drop the teaching standard by taking average teachers. So C is the clear answer in this case. I don't understand Raku's logic in this if they've answered D there. We'll go to the next one. Suppose Dean Academics wanted to reduce future conflicts and political maneuvering to ensure harmony among faculty. Which of the following option will best reduce conflicts and politics among faculty? So you're looking for what will reduce politics. The objective is you're looking for what will reduce politics. You're not looking for what is the best decision. Reduce conflicts and politics. Right? Hire A-type candidates to teach existing courses and ask existing faculty to teach new courses. Now this will actually create a lot of conflict. I think this will, I mean, what is happening currently? Let's go back to the case. And its faculty competed with each other for better student feedback. So there's a lot of competition among the faculty. I would go with A in this. A looks strong to me, but और कुछ दिख रहा है क्या? D to is the wrong decision, so D will not come in. E will not reduce conflicts. So if you hire A-type candidates and let the new as well as existing faculty offer same courses, it's not going to reduce conflicts and politicking amongst employees, amongst the faculty. C is looking good, yes. Hire B-type candidates to teach complementary courses. लेकिन सी में जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स करंटली हो रहा है फैकल्टी के बीच में वो नहीं हटेगा ना. ये कंडीशन यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. It's faculty compete with each other for better student feedback. And the Dean Academics wanted to reduce future conflicts and political maneuvering to ensure harmony among faculty. So if you're shifting the current faculty, existing faculty to new courses, on the basis that you're telling them that you take up the challenge to take the institute forward, और ये वाले courses के लिए हम लोग faculty नए faculty ला रहे हैं, तो I think A is going to reduce conflict. B में conflict कैसे जो conflict चल रहा है वो तो continued रहेगा B में. C में not all the old faculties are retiring, only some old faculties are retiring. हाँ, तो इसमें एक पॉइंट है कि अगर एग्जिस्टिंग फैकल्टी को नए कोर्सेज में डालोगे तो there might be resistance from them and that might cause a conflict. So it's very close between A and C in this. It's very close between A and C. फ्यूचर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बोला है तो बी टाइप कैंडिडेट्स को टीच कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री कोर्सेज में हटा दो तो जो करंट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चल रहे हैं वो तो कंटिन्यू कर जाएंगे फ्यूचर में भी ना. A में it's not necessary that they'll be insulted. It depends on how you present it to them. You can present to them that you take up the challenge to teach new products, new courses, and take the institution forward. And जो core courses हैं उसके लिए हम लोग अच्छे faculty नए hire कर लेते हैं. E तो एकदम नहीं है. E में तो एकदम आंसर नहीं है. So I'll go with A or C in this. It's 50-50 call. Maybe for me A is 60. C is 40 in this case. Option A. मेरे हिसाब से मेरे लिए ऑप्शन ए स्लाइटली स्ट्रॉन्गर लग रहा है बिकॉज मेरे को वो लॉजिक अभी एटलीस्ट इन दिस फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड मेरे को वो लॉजिक बेटर लग रहा है कि एग्जिस्टिंग कोर्सेज का कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जो उसको खत्म कर दो जो फैकल्टीज में फ्यूचर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का बात हो रहा है. लेकिन if I think like this, B-type candidates to teach complementary courses. Future conflicts is the watchword. लेकिन C से फ्यूचर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कैसे हटेगा वो भी एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है ना. Because why I prefer A over C is because C में मेरे को conflict reduction का कोई केस ही नहीं दिख रहा है. लेकिन वो फ्यूचर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स का बात करोगे तो हाँ, इट मेक सेंस. C makes better sense than A. Because if you take B type candidates and you make them teach complementary courses, तो जो नए फैकल्टी आए उनसे करंट फैकल्टी क्लैश नहीं करेंगे फ्यूचर में. A टाइप कैंडिडेट को अगर एग्जिस्टिंग कोर्स दे दोगे और करंट फैकल्टी को नए कोर्स दे दोगे तो नए करंट फैकल्टी हमेशा उनसे if there's a favorite course I like to teach and you bring in some new teacher for that and you tell me नहीं आप ये नहीं पढ़ा सकते आप वो पढ़ाओ, then I will always resent the new guy. So there will be a lot of it will create conflict. Yes. So I'll go with C. I'll go with C. See, there's a difference between average teachers and there's a difference between not so good teachers. Average teachers are still maintaining a level. Not so good teachers are bad teachers. So you don't want to have bad teachers. Yeah, so I'll go with C in this case. Because यहाँ पे conflict, future conflict नहीं generate होगा. Right. ठीक है. 35th, 9th question. Suppose Dean Academic wanted to ensure that the most efficient utilized faculty resources. So I'm not very 8 वाला. I mean, I think 6, 7 sure answers हैं अभी तक हमारे पास. That one question का एकदम sure answer नहीं आ रहा है. But let's see. There's a point of view. ठीक है. Let's look at the 9th one. Dean Academics wanted to ensure the most efficient utilization of faculty resources. Which of the following hiring decisions will ensure the most efficient utilization of faculty resources? So यहाँ पे efficiency of faculty resources है. तो यहाँ पे D बहुत clear है. D is pretty clear in this. You are hiring good teachers also, and you are also building the complementary courses. B is not the answer because you need some hiring. No? सेवेंथ क्वेश्चन अलग है ना. 7th और 9th क्वेश्चन ही अलग है तो आंसर क्या होगा? 7th में बेस्ट रिक्रूटमेंट डिसीजन पूछ रहा है वो. ठीक है. यहाँ पे क्लोज क्वेश्चन, सिमिलर क्वेश्चन है. मोस्ट एफिशिएंट यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ faculty resources होगा. So I would go with D in this. C नहीं आएगा because you don't want to have, I mean, if you got an option of hiring good teachers, then you'll not hire average teachers because you're known for teaching quality. Now. No, that's not more efficient. Not hiring, asking existing faculty to develop complementary course in this scenario is not more efficient because your faculty are retiring. So as an institution, you have to build the next set of faculty. Right? So B is not the right answer. Yeah, I would go D in this. Okay, let's look at the next one. Next two. Moonlighting is the practice of working for one organization while also accepting a digital additional responsibilities and jobs, typically without the employer's knowledge in another organization. It is named as such because it is typically performed at night or on weekends. Doing 2 remote jobs at once was already happening. It was the biggest open secret out there in tech, said a US techie. Due to weaker margins, major Indian IT companies such as Infosys, TCS, Wipro announced that they would delay, postpone, reduce variable payouts to employees for the first part of fiscal 23. This drew attention to moonlighting. The Indian IT industry was divided on the issue. Some considered it unethical, while others viewed it as an urgent necessity. Infosys chairman Patrick Stance there's a great deal of talk about people working part-time. This is cheating, pure and simple. So he's against it. Macmillan CEO of Beta Invest does not consider it cheating. He says employment is a contract between an employer who pays me for working n numbers of hours per day. Now, what I do after that time is entirely up to me. I can do whatever I please. Which of the following options will have the least negative consequence on moonlighting employees? तो moonlighting employees के जो moonlight कर रहे हैं उनके लिए negative influence कम करना है, ठीक है? तो employer reducing daily working hours, least negative consequence. Employer reducing daily working hours from 8 hours to 6 hours. ये तो बहुत अच्छा होगा moonlighting वालों के लिए, right? तो बहुत clear answer है यहाँ पे. C is negative for clearly negative for moonlighting employees. B is negative. D is negative for moonlighting employees. And E is also negative for moonlighting. This is a very clear answer. A is the clear answer in this. कोई thought नहीं है इसमें. Q is an IT professional who works for a small company in Bangalore. His office hours are 2 to 10. Thus, he wants to utilize morning time. He thought of taking up extra work, however, is not sure about the righteousness of his decision. His company does not have any clear policy on moonlighting. As he is confused, he seeks opinions of people who work in his industry to understand ethical dimension of moonlighting. The following opinion is shared with Mr. Q. Before you read the opinion, read what you are looking for. Given the above mentioned opinions, which of the following combinations will best help Mr. Q to realize that moonlighting is unethical? You want him to realize that it's unethical, right? So, which one will you go for in this? We say 5, it is okay to moonlight as employees are exploitative and underpay employees. So you're speaking against moonlighting. You're looking for an opinion against moonlighting. So 5 will not be part of the answer. So 5 is not part of the answer. A and D are gone. And 2 also does not look as part of the answer. If you look at 3, moonlighting leads to employee missing out on important organizational work. Yes, this makes it unethical. And while moonlighting, the employee might unknowingly leak critical information gained from one organization to the other. This will also make it unethical. So 3 and 4 clear is में. E answer है. ठीक है? This one I have not solved. So अभी मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ इसको solve. So 12, 13, 14. इसका solution मैं या तो अलग से record करके डाल दूँगा लोग के लिए या फिर इसका आंसर भी मैं डाल दूँगा. ठीक है, तो इसको skip कर रहे हैं. Next slide देख लेते हैं. During the floods of 1819, a group of philanthropists led by Niyamuddin wished to open free food center for the needy. मुझे पढ़ना पड़ रहा है because I don't remember the sets. एक ही बार पढ़ा है मैंने. Yeah, moonlighting was not just doable. I hate that word doable. Everything is doable, but it was crystal clear. Yes, wished to open free food center for the needy. Their motto was that no human should be hungry. Nothing gives more satisfaction to philanthropists than to see the hungry eat to the fullest. Post-COVID-19, the group started a food center by the name of WBLCF in a small town called Palakkad. The center started getting populated, the number of people enjoying free meals increased over time. Initially, WB offered a standardized menu consisting of idli, upma, puttu for breakfast, lunch, supper, curd rice for lunch, and idli, upma for supper. 6 women were employed by WB to prepare all the meals. As the number of diners increased, they started expecting a variety of menu. At WB, not all the diners eat free. While 2/3 of the diners get free food, 1/3 would donate some amount to a transparent charity box. For example, a man donated 500 after consuming 2 idlis, and a woman approached Niyab and inquired about donating 10 kilograms of rice. Those who could not afford to donate were often seen prostrating worshipfully in front of the charity box. Some caring individuals made monetary donation while others donated rice, fruits, vegetables to WB. However, further, the center received inquiries from many locals on how they could contribute to the cause. As the center was lauded for its philanthropic work by people of the town, Niyabuddin intended to replicate the initiative in nearby districts. However, he is concerned about the cost that goes into running the center. Almost 75% of the donated amount goes into buying the cooking ingredients, while the rest goes into paying salaries, operation, and maintenance cost. So let's look at this. From the following, choose the most important challenge that Niyabuddin has to overcome to sustain WBLCF. So option A is the correct answer in this. Very clearly. Sustain करना है उसको तो finance is the most important part. बाकी सब तो हो जाएगा. ठीक है, इसमें तो कोई confusion नहीं है. Can we look at the next one? Cannot see. Having enough cooks and employees. If he has got money, he can hire cooks and employees. Na? Cooks and employees की कमी है इंडिया में. Sustenance के लिए to sustain WBLCF, you need money, na? Why not he paying salaries to employees? Dekho, if you look at the cost, 75% is going into cooking ingredients. And the remaining 25 is salaries, operation, and maintenance cost. So salary cost is a fraction of the 100. If you think of these three as equal to 888 उसमें जा रहा होगा. 100 rupees donation आता है, 75 is going into the ingredients and 8 is going into salaries. So is salary the major concern? 25% not just for salary but also for operation and maintenance cost. Right? So A answer होगा इसमें, बहुत clear. People are ready to donate. See, they are talking about, the last one is talking about running the center into, he's talking about replicating the initiative in nearby districts. This is the key. For his current center, he's got enough donors. For his current center, he's got enough donors. But the nearby districts, when he takes this thing to the nearby districts, what is the sustenance, most important part? I would go with A in this. I think I would go with A. ये बहुत oblique logic है, cooks and employees वाला. Locals are asking to donate, but you have to invest that amount in your current center only, na? Right? तो किसी नया जगह जब खोलोगे तो वहां पे नया जगह लेना पड़ेगा, रेंट पे लेना पड़ेगा, वहां पे you'll have to get all the investments etc. Right? So sustain करने के लिए this is the biggest challenge. Or his cost is going to increase in the current location also. That's also indicated there because it's getting more popular. Okay? So that's what the reason. I don't know. I'll be very surprised if that takes an E option or a C option in this. Okay, but they are bosses. They decide what the answer is. So if they take C, we'll take it. We'll look at the logic again. We'll do that for any of these questions that they have done, right? And we have decided that something else is the answer. Okay, so these questions nobody can solve 100% accurate. You again, the thought process is okay, I solved 21 questions, I solved 22 questions. I'm sure about 17 answers. जो 17 answers में sure हूँ मैं उसमें 15 सही होंगे, 14 सही होंगे, और जो 5 आंसर में मेरा 60-40 है, 70-30 है जिसको मैंने भाग किया है, उसमें शायद 2 सही होंगे, तो मेरा 17 सही होगा, 5 रॉन्ग होगा. So I'll get a 15 plus and I'll qualify this thing. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Niyabuddin realized that some days the food was wasted while on other days the animals went back country. Sought advice from a consultant friend on how to reduce wastage. The consultant suggested the following: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which of the above ideas will not be consistent with the core ethos about WBL LCF? will not be consistent with. So you're looking for ideas that will not be consistent with the core ethos. So ये बहुत easy answer है. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. E. One will help him improve the distribution of food. And excess food wala problem to solve kar dega. 3, 4, 5 is against their policy. They want people to eat. So you're looking for something which is not kind. It might be a good solution to tell people to eat less. Come. Okay? So I have not checked, frankly, I have not checked Praku's answer and come into this session. I'm just going with my logic and my experience of the past year's papers. So 3, 4, 5 बहुत clear is. I would be almost sure of this answer. In my book, if I had marked E, I would be saying this is one clear answer I've got. Exactly. So this is the suggestion that the consultant has given them. So this is not consistent with their core ethos. This is what you're looking for. ठीक है? या 35 पे आ जाना चाहिए कॉल. तो 3, 4, 5 आएगा इसका आंसर मेरे हिसाब से. 17th. Maybe I would love to calculate my score once they give this thing. Verbal or quant से मैं solve नहीं किया अभी. But verbal or DM में I'm pretty curious to know how much I scored. इस साल I'm getting that this thing. I did not take the CAT. I did not take any exam. Next year से दूंगा मैं शायद. ठीक है ना? I cannot comment about Krakow, so about what is happening there and what they teach. My focus is on Mindworks and making sure that if everything else is a Maruti car, Mindworks is a Mercedes in the CAT coaching space. That is how I look at it. Let's look at 17th one now. Niyabuddin wanted to conserve local recipes that can be used to prepare mouth-smacking dishes for diners. ये मेरे को थोड़ा strange question लगा था. Which of the following could be the best way to conserve local recipes? Tie up with one of the food delivery partners. So what are you doing? You're trying to conserve the local recipes. That means you're trying to create a repository of those recipes. So let's look at what are the close answers in this. तुम लोगों को बी और डी दिख रहा है? मुझे सी दिख रहा है इसमें. सी को देखो जरा क्लोजली. Now by default, local recipes क्या होगा? Will it be with one person or will it be a distributed set of recipes? I mean, my initial thought was between C and D only. Yeah, request a lady. So if you are requesting a lady, तो उसके पास कितने रेसिपी उसी पे डिपेंड करेगा. उसके पास रेसिपी अच्छे नहीं है तो क्या करोगे? तो B will not be. I don't think B is close. नहीं, freelancers are needy people, but उनको खाना बनाना तो आता होगा ना. और सब needy people नहीं, कुछ लोग आके डोनेट भी करते हैं तो आके खाते हैं लोग. For example, your mother goes to the local satsang and eats food there, but she also contributes there. तो होता है ना ऐसा. तो सी का लॉजिक मैं समझा रहा हूँ, जो मेरे को दिख रहा है सी का लॉजिक ये है कि they have got a lot of free timers, right? So there are hundreds and hundreds of them. So that is a good resource for them, which is already coming to them on a daily basis. So you are telling them, you're just telling all the free timers कि तुम खाना खा रहे हो, because they're already associated with the organization some way, and they like the organization, they respect what is being done by the organization, so they will be happy to contribute in any way that you can. यहाँ पे एक फैक्टर और है कि those who can't contribute are prostrating worshipfully in front of the charity box. मतलब वो लोग झुक के प्रणाम करके जाते हैं charity box को. So this indicates to me that the free diners are very indebted to that place. So they like to contribute something or the other at all times to the place. So if you ask them to contribute one recipe for a dish, so those who are not able to pay for it and even those who are willing to pay for it will definitely want to help you. कि मेरे पास मैं ये रेसिपी बनाता हूँ, ये मेरा लोकल रेसिपी है, राइट? एंड देन यू ऑब्वियसली जो डिश का रेसिपी दे रहा है उसी को बोलो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि डॉक्यूमेंट करके दो, ठीक है? उन्हीं उसी को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे दो कि जब रेसिपी दे रहे हो तो लिख के भी दे दो रेसिपी को. डॉक्यूमेंट का मतलब क्या है? लिख के दे दो रेसिपी को, तो उसको देने में किसी को नुकसान थोड़ी होगा, ठीक है? सो सी का लॉजिक मेरे को ये दिख रहा है. डी का लॉजिक है कि व्हेन यू होल्ड अ वीकली कंपटीशन फॉर द बेस्ट लोकल डिश, तो all the people who are cooks, who have that cooking mentality, they come in and say, I'll participate in the competition and get it judged and document all the local dishes by local volunteers. So this is also pretty good option here, because यहाँ पे you are specifically calling people who are good cooks, because cooking competition में मैं तो जाऊँगा नहीं ना, कौन जाएगा? जो अच्छा कुक है वही जाएगा, right? Tag the chef of the best restaurant Palakkad to document recipe. मतलब बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट का शेफ जो है वो पता चला कि नॉर्थ इंडियन शेफ है, तो क्या होगा? इजी शेफ ऑफ लोकल रेसिपीज. ठीक है, तो डी आई एम फाइंडिंग डी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. सी में स्ट्रेंथ पर को ये दिख रहा है कि इट्स वेरी इजी फॉर देम टू डू दिस. डी में उनको स्पेसिफिकली एक कंपटीशन होल्ड करना पड़ेगा, फिर उसका प्राइजेस निकालना पड़ेगा. सो दे विल हैव टू create that, but given the kind of popularity they have, they can easily find volunteers to do this thing. Answer is what? I don't know. I mean, when you explain the C logic to yourself, you find it very strong. Then when you explain the D logic to yourself, you find that also very strong. He's not out of funds. How do you decide that he's out of funds? In their own district, finance is not a problem. People are coming and telling you. See, when you talk about all the local recipes, suppose you go to Goa and you have got to go and cook. E का भी logic है that way. He'll know the recipes, the best recipes of the town. 15 साल से काम कर रहा है, 20 साल से काम कर रहा है, तो उसके local recipes सब होंगे. Very close answer. I cannot take an answer in this. ठीक है, इसको छोड़ देते हैं. I mean, you hope that your answer comes out correct in this, whatever you've marked. मेरे को अगर मार्क करना होता एग्जाम में तो क्या मार्क करता? डिपेंड करता. मैं सी और डी के बीच में 50-50 हूँ इसमें. मुझे 60-40 भी नहीं दिख रहा है इसमें. ई पे मैं नहीं जाता. आई वुड नॉट गो फॉर ई. If XY says answer is E, boss, they are kings. So I'm not saying that I'll be 100% correct in everything I do, right? D के लिए the only thing pulling me back is the cost part. If you're holding a weekly competition, उसमें cost आएगा, extra cost आएगा, extra burden आएगा, अपना काम छोड़ के competition कराओगे. So those are things. शेफ वाला भी लॉजिक अच्छा है, मतलब it's not too bad. Chef knows, the chef will know the best dishes there. So let's keep this open. I am not going for an answer on this. I'm not even 50-50. I'm 40-40-20 now. That you are telling me the chef answer. ठीक है, कितना बचा? 2 सेट बच. इसको देख लेते हैं. सस्ते में उसको बी भी पड़ेगा. बी तो बहुत सस्ता रहेगा. ए भी सस्ता रहेगा. बट काम नहीं होगा ना उसमें. I think D should be the right answer. D I E रहेगा in fact. C मेरे को मतलब ये, if you read the question again, which of the following can be used to prepare mouth-watering dishes for the diners? तो अगर तुम अपने वॉलंटियर अपने डाइनर से कंट्रीब्यूट करवाते हो डिश, तो माउथ पैकिंग होगा कि नहीं, वो क्वेश्चन मार्क हो जाता है. तो एक्चुअली सी गेट्स रिजेक्टेड ऑन दैट बेसिस. So it goes down to D and E. E will be the best, I think. Actually, आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? ऑब्जेक्टिव क्लियरली मैंने पढ़ा नहीं था. The objective is you want to conserve local recipes that can be used to prepare mouth-watering dishes for the diners. तो बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट इन पलक्कड़ का शेफ जो है वो तो माउथ-watering बनाता होगा ना. हाँ, वो बात अलग है कि वो पलक्कड़ का बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट अगर नॉर्थ इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट है जो तंदूरी चिकन और पनीर टिक्का बनाता है, तब ये वर्क नहीं करेगा. But the other factor is Palakkad would be a South Indian town, तो वहाँ पे जो रेस्टोरेंट होगा, जो बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट होगा, वो उसमें साउथ इंडियन एलिमेंट तो रहेगा. गोवा में बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट के लिए जाओगे तो कोई नॉर्थ इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट तो नहीं होगा वहाँ पे ना, बेस्ट रेस्टोरेंट. ठीक है, that's why I'm still not clear about this. Not getting a single answer. 2 + 2 4 नहीं आ रहा है इसमें. इसको छोड़ देते हैं. Expensive नहीं रहेगा because you're not hiring him, you're just taking the recipes from him. So he might give it. वो भी हो सकता है, वो भी पहले खाया होगा वहाँ पे. Chef is needed document because the chef has the recipes ना. ठीक है. बी में माउथ पैकिंग नहीं बनेगा, वो लेडी कैसा बनेगी खाना उस पर डिपेंड करता है. चलो, let's move on. Then a poor but enterprising 50-year-old resided in the world's largest slum in a metropolitan city along with a widowed mother. The densely packed slum housed about 1 million people, mostly in rickety one-room tenements connected by elaborate lanes and palms. Think about Dharavi slums. Dhan's mother worked intermittently daily wage in a small savory factory. For a 15-year-old, Dhan's life was hectic. She spends 2 hours every day in fetching water for the household, packing breakfast and lunch for her mother. So 2 hours in water and breakfast, lunch for her mother. In addition, she had to prepare supper. On her mother's insistence, Dhan also attended evening bridge school run by an NGO. Dhan's dream was to provide a comfortable life so she runs an evening bridge school. provide a comfortable life to a mother, and take a family out of poverty. Of late, then observed that the customers to a nearby tea cum service stall were mostly the slum dwellers, thronged the stall for its low prices and lack of alternatives. Further, then gathered that the TCS could not cater to all of its customers, and the owner still made a profit of 800 per day. Then saw that a profitable, probable first step towards the family's economic independence could be our own TCS. Tea cum salary stall. So 18th. Choose the best option that will increase one's chances of realizing a dream of starting a venture. डी आंसर होगा इसका, ये होगा. ए में प्रॉब्लम है. ए में प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि मदर वो काम करना बंद कर देगी. ए में प्रॉब्लम है कि अगर मदर काम करना बंद कर देगी तो घर के फाइनेंसेस कहाँ से चलेंगे. Well, the finances run. बी में प्रॉब्लम है कि रिक्वेस्ट मदर टू, उसको 2 घंटे लगते हैं सुबह में. देखो धन का शेड्यूल देखो, 2 घंटे सुबह में लगते हैं 3 चीज के लिए. शी फेचेस वाटर, पैक्स ब्रेकफास्ट एंड लंच फॉर मदर. 2-3 चीज करते हैं. और उसके बाद शी ऑल्सो प्रिपेयर सपर. सो सिर्फ पानी को ला देगा तो उससे बाकी टाइम तो उसका फ्री नहीं होगा. ठीक है. तो ए में मुझे प्रॉब्लम ये दिख रहा है कि इफ शी डज दिस तो वेंचर स्टार्टिंग में मतलब शी इन होल, ठीक है, वेंचर स्टार्टिंग there's a logic for A that if the mother stops working, they have got a little bit of money to take care for the. I mean, TCS, starting a TCS is not something जहाँ पे तुम 3 साल फैक्ट्री बैठाओगे उसके बाद स्टार्ट करोगे. It can start within a week's time, so that can be an argument for A. D is a strong argument because if you, I mean, going to grid school is not contributing to her immediate concerns. So D में क्या है कि she can stop, she can create the time for herself. The other thing is the tea cum salary stall will work mostly, will work the whole day, and evening will be an important sale time. So she should be free in the evening. If she goes to the bridge school in the evening every day, so it will be a hurdle to her venture. Ethical है कि unethical है, that doesn't mean, that doesn't work here. The question, I mean, she can educate herself out of school also. ठीक है. यहाँ पे ethical unethical का केस नहीं है. The case is the best option that will increase her chances of realizing her dream of starting a venture. So she decides. I mean, why do people drop out of college and start ventures? Is that unethical? Schooling is important, but you can learn what you need to learn in school outside also. Request mother to pack her own breakfast and lunch. Problem इसमें ये है कि if she is running a stall, she has to be fully involved in it. If she is running a stall, she has to be fully involved in it. And especially, I mean, when does the stall, the tea-cum salary stall will start working at what point? It will work much more in the afternoons and evenings than in the mornings. वैसे इसका भी लॉजिक है, ए का भी लॉजिक है, ए का भी स्ट्रॉन्ग लॉजिक है, बिकॉज एक एक फैक्टर और है जो ए को स्ट्रॉन्गर बना दे रहा है, वो फैक्टर ये है, ये वाला क्या, कि धन्स मदर वर्क इंटरमिडिएटली एज अ डेली वेजर, दैट मींस शी डजंट वर्क एवरी डे, तो हर लीविंग द जॉब इज नॉट सो कॉस्टली फॉर देम। डेली वेज लेबरर वो भी इंटरमीडिएट डेली वेज लेबरर। पढ़ाई करनी नहीं उसको, ट्रू, उसको बिजनेस चलाना है, पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है। So A also makes sense. Then in that case, you can argue that the mother will take care of the evening and she can continue her schooling. But केस में ये थोड़ा सा ambiguous question है, केस में क्लैरिटी नहीं है कि तुमको एजुकेशन कंटिन्यू करना है कि नहीं करना है। या A saves all the time, मदर के लिए खाना भी नहीं बनाना पड़ेगा। और D is also good. D में घर का चूल्हा चलता रहेगा और स्टार्ट में स्टॉप गोइंग टू ब्रिज स्कूल, जो मीन अल्टीमेटली देखो, इफ यू लुक एट इट, 2 घंटा उसका यहाँ पे लग रहा है मदर के लिए, ठीक है, 2 घंटा मदर के लिए उसका लग रहा है, ब्रेकफास्ट लंच और खुद के लिए बनाती होगी, तो वो 2 घंटा लग रहा है। और ब्रिज स्कूल में जाते होगे तो 3-4 घंटा जाते होगी शाम को, तो ब्रिज स्कूल छोड़ देना विल ऑल्सो बी गुड ऑप्शन। या TCS 1% कैन रन, यस, ऐसा कोई बहुत बड़ा रेस्टोरेंट तो नहीं है ना। C में you just, I mean, you are fetching water. Water fetching normally will happen in the morning one. It does not affect the TCS stall time, etc. 15-year-old, have you heard of homeschooling nowadays? Although that's a slightly uh, extreme option. उसको बिजनेस, देखो ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि बिजनेस करना है ना उसको। तुम और कॉलेज जा रहे हो और कॉलेज में 10 घंटे लगते हैं तुमको, और तुमको बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है और उसका चांसेस इंक्रीज करना है, तो कॉलेज जाना बंद करो। तो D is a strong option. It frees maximum time and the most important time for her. A is also strong because it creates a partner for her. बट A में एक प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जो मदर कमाती है वो बंद हो जाएगा, लेकिन डेली वेजर है तो कितना 100-200 रुपए कमाती होगी, यहाँ पे 800 रुपए प्रॉफिट, लेकिन 800 रुपए प्रॉफिट तक पहुंचने के लिए तुमको टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा सा। सो मदर का इनकम कंटिन्यूड रखना चाहिए ना। But this is not, I mean, 10 rupees is dirt cheap, but this does solve the problem. Fetch water for the household, 2 घंटे किसमें लगता है उसको? Only fetching water में 2 घंटे थोड़ी लगते हैं। C is not correct, no way. Yeah, I'm gravitating towards D, but there's a 20-30% chance that it can be A also, depending on how the question setter looks at it. Why? I mean, but Dhirubhai Mani was also, I mean, there's so many school dropouts these days. C में 2 hours is not saved. You're only saving one part of the work. It's between A and D. A में प्रॉब्लम है, A में प्रॉब्लम है कि घर का इनकम बंद हो जाएगा। घर का इनकम बंद हो जाएगा तो डेली इनकम के लिए प्रॉब्लम होगा, तो जो तुम TCS चलाओगे उसमें जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करना हो वो पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? So that's the problem with A. ठीक है, I'm not ruling out A. I'm not ruling out A. D में problem है कि 15-year-old people should not leave school. Good, but she's not attending school. She's attending a bridge school. ठीक है? So these are the things that you need to consider. So I would go with gravitate to D just for my interest. Krakow ने क्या बताया इसमें? I would gravitate to D, but it could be A also. Business में risk लेना पड़ेगा, that's okay, but a slum dweller who is dependent on daily wages of the mother, वो कितना रिस्क ले सकते हैं? तुम्हारे घर पे जो डेली वेजेस पे काम करते हैं लोग, वो रिस्क कितना ले सकते हैं अपने बिजनेस के लिए? वो एंगल है. I agree to. I mean, I'm not against A as such. A could be a good answer on this. It's not mentioned to read the case properly, Mukul. It's 2 hours for all things: lunch, supper, and water. Case को properly पढ़ो. You've not read properly. The first thing in decision making is to take the data correctly into your head. If you get partial data, you'll get wrong answers. ठीक है? चलो, let's move ahead. Within 2 years of establishment, Dhan's TCS is not only out competing in the nearest level in slum, but also earned a goodwill for the quality and taste of its product. Dhan Dhanadhan is the brand. Dhan now aspires to expand the reach of its service into metropolitan region. Dhan wishes to scale up its savory production from 100 to 1000 kg per day while maintaining quality. Does not have the space for expansion on it. On its own. Which of the following options will best help Dhan to scale up production with least investment? So the first conditions, the objective is scale up production, least investment, tight quality control, and protect business interests. ठीक है? So B is ruled out. B में you're not protecting business interests, right? What about A? C is ruled out. जो current business उसको बंद थोड़ी कर दोगे. D में you are giving up your secret recipes, and E is too costly. D is not good because you are not protecting your business interests. If you give the preparation instruction to 10 willing women, you're going to open 20 different versions of the shop. So between A, B, C, D, A is the best answer. ठीक है? A is the best answer in this. And then one last question we'll do, और बाकी के आंसर मैं तुम लोग को दे दूंगा कल चैट इस पे कंटेंट पे. नहीं, D में you're giving the savory dough and you're also giving preparation instructions. ठीक है, let's go to the last one. Finds a way to scale up a production company on our own terms. Though Dhan's TCS has become famous brands within the sum, it is still unknown to the outside world. Thus, Dhan embarks on the next challenge of creating a market for savories amongst the masses in the metropolitan region. So, इसका E आंसर रहेगा. this 20 का E रहेगा. Because you want to give the same product at the lowest price to maximum customers. Celebrity, digital advertisements, these will not work for you. ठीक है, I would go with E in this. Preparation, अच्छा, इसमें D में you are not giving preparation instructions. D भी हो सकता है इसमें. I'm okay. I accept. because you are giving the dough. और बनवा रहे हो तुम. You are hiring people like that. D makes sense. D makes better sense than A in this 19th. And last का तो E होगा 28th का. Yeah, D is inexpensive. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे E रहेगा. चलो, I need to wind up now, and बाकी I'll put up on this thing. ठीक है, take my answers with a pinch of salt. I don't have any ego. There can be some wrong answers in this, right? Chalo, thanks a lot. Keep the faith, and I'll see you soon tomorrow. Chalo, bye bye.